Hello, YouTube land. It's great to see everybody today. Missed y'all last couple days. Had a pretty crazy 2 days. Actually worked on a set of an upcoming movie that's going to be coming out on Netflix with a friend of mine down in Atlanta on Thursday, and literally it was about a 17-hour day. Honestly, come to think of it, probably an 18-hour day, including drive time and set. We worked on set a little over 12 hours, and then yesterday I had actually already committed to help a friend of mine out doing some yard work, and that was a pretty long day as well. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep for 2 nights in a row, so I want to apologize for that. Next time, y'all, I'm going to do my best to probably space out my work days. That way I don't have to be back to back and I don't miss 2 days in a row on here with y'all. So I'll have a better plan next time. I might still miss one day. Like I said, if I end up doing set, working on a TV show or movie, which I do from time to time, doing background acting mostly, sometimes acting as well, then we'll just have to figure out, maybe try to switch the schedule, do my best. Or if I have a long day like that day, then I'll probably end up having to miss, unfortunately, y'all, doing our podcast. But there won't be too many of those. So I want to officially welcome y'all and welcome me back for missing 2 days to the Daily Reader podcast on the Tony's Journey YouTube channel, where we read from a daily reader or a devotional, and we learn tools and principles, including but not limited to prayer, meditation, and breath work that help us to stay more present and to live better lives. We meet on here daily, 7 days a week at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to this channel for future video updates and podcast episodes. Hope everybody's doing well on this cold Friday morning. Here in South Carolina, anyway, it is. Finishing up a smoothie I got this morning after my workout. So if y'all are drinking anything, cheers. And I'm excited, y'all. Excited to be back on here after the miss for a couple days. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all, with our relaxation process this morning. So go ahead and just, if you got anything going on this morning, go ahead and come to a stopping point, and whatever that is, and just find somewhere safe where you can get comfortable for the next few minutes as we do this process. And I'll give you a minute or so to get there. Excuse me. Taking a day off, thankfully. It's been a pretty exhausting last 2 days. So, grateful for that. I'll be working tomorrow and Sunday, though. Alright, y'all, so if it's comfortable for you doing so, you can go ahead and close your eyes. Just take some slow, deep cleansing breaths, breathing in your nose and out your mouth. Just focus on the sounds of nature. Here's some crickets there. So maybe some other bugs, bird. I think maybe a bird in there as well. It's kind of hard to tell. I hear one sound. It sounds like it might be a bird, but not really sure. So just enjoy the moment right now and put your attention on the nature sound here. Letting go of any regrets you have about the past, mistakes you made, or any fears that you might have about the future. No need to continue carrying that around, so if you need permission to let it go, I'm giving you that permission, so just let it go. Life can be challenging enough as it is, and more so by carrying around a bunch of unnecessary burdens that we can't do nothing about anyway, right? Stuff in the past, stuff in the future. The future hasn't even got here yet, right? So what's the point in worrying about the future? Continue to breathe in the nose, out the mouth. Getting ready to come back to the eye open state. If you closed your eyes during this, and then we're going to do the short version of Serenity Prayer. First, though, we're going to finish this up with Another breath. So breathe in your nose, this time taking it as deep as you can. And then on the exhale, actually we're going to hold it. Taking it as deep as we can, we're going to hold it for 4 seconds at the top. And then on the exhale, we're going to blow it out audibly. You can either do it like fogging up a mirror, or you can just force it out, purse lips, whatever's best for you to help release any other stress or tension that might be in the body right now. And inhale. Hold at the top. And exhale. And prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay. Today's reading is going to be October the 24th. So I'm going to get some light on in here, y'all, before we get started. Brighten things up a little bit. Helps out anyway, it ain't perfect, but I don't have any professional equipment, y'all, for my lighting stuff. Maybe I need to get some eventually. So we'll just do the best that we can. All right. My years in Al-Anon made me aware that I need to be careful about how I hear and interpret certain words. Consider defects of character and shortcomings, which are found in step 6 and 7, respectfully. I came into Al-Anon believing I was responsible for bad things that happened, and that I was bad or defective. Years of meetings have led me to think otherwise. I now view my problem areas as survival skills that served me well while I was growing up. Now they work against me, preventing me from living a serene life. Today I have Al-Anon and its tools to thrive, not just survive. I can also run into problems with the words searching and fearless in step 4. To cope with the blaming and criticism in my home, I became a perfectionist. It's all too easy for me to interpret searching and fearless as perfect. Then I end up frozen with fear, thinking I have to take the perfect inventory, which by my somewhat still twisted standards would mean inventorying every single tiny word and action that I've ever committed during my lifetime. I could drive myself insane. It helped when a member reminded me that when a grocer takes an inventory, he or she inventories what stock is on the shelves today, not what was on the shelves yesterday or the day before. That idea makes my inventory seem much more manageable. All I need to do is consider the things about myself that are bothering me and getting in the way of my growth just for today. Thought for the day. Paying attention to how I listen and how I interpret what I hear can aid my recovery. If I can get my mind off of my own problems and really listen, I'll learn a lot more today. And that's from the book Alateen, A Day at a Time, page 227. Sounds like this is going to be coping mechanisms, mainly. Think today. Real relaxed during our relaxation process today, but also I'm a little, I probably could use about another hour worth of sleep as well, so I'll probably go back to bed after a while, maybe get a little more rest. I got a pretty busy day, don't want to be running around a fair amount. I'm just doing stuff here at the house too, unpacking. Sorry about that, y'all. Kind of got over here. And try to maintain the focus here on the reading that we just did. So I think character defects are just things that we did or things that we do, right? Could be selfishness, could be arrogant, could be self-righteousness, could be perfectionistic tendencies, which I have some of those growing up the way I was raised. Mostly a pretty, I don't know, fairly strict home, I would say, strict Christian home growing up, and for some reason just kind of took on as I needed to be perfect, right? In my environment, people around me. I think being bullied, I've been bullied a lot in school, kind of pushed me to be more of a perfectionist, and I have to get it right like every single time. I can't make mistakes, and I don't know, sometimes that character defect rears its head more than others. But I do believe in excellence, y'all. I think excellence, I don't know, perfectionistic tendencies, excellence. I think do the best I can, right? Maybe perfectionist is a little too much, but definitely do the best I can in all areas of my life, right? But I don't know. Perfectionist is kind of an interesting word, like, because I think it's really good to do your best, right? And to me, perfectionistic or excellence is actually doing your best. So I don't know about that. If I agree with the perfectionistic stuff that they talk about in the 12 steps, like you don't need to be perfect and blah blah blah, right? I mean, we're not perfect. I get that, right? So maybe that's part of the issue. Maybe thinking I have to be perfect, but at the same time, you know, there has to be a balance, right? I want to do good. I want to not do my best to. I want to do my best to succeed. Do my best to be an expert in what I do. Like, I consider myself an expert driver, so I always do really good at that, right? Even sometimes try to improve that as well, and get better, you know, as a driver, even though I consider myself an expert. So, but I can always learn and grow. And there's always room for growth in life. talks about blaming and criticism. Another thing is controlling behavior. There's so many character defects, y'all, to really look at. See what aligns with me, right? See what's kind of there. Control, power, like being powerful, and right, I'm powerful, y'all. Got this. Got it, right. Think there's can be some negatives in that as well, because not there's wrong with trying to run my life and control my life, but when I'm powerful, feel powerful, feel in charge. Sometimes it can create a character defect where I'm trying to be controlling and control other people's lives, not just my own, right? So that's something to take into consideration as well. There's a whole list, y'all. You can just Google it. Google character defects for the 12 steps if you want to look at any of that, because definitely a ton of it out there. So, and me, I think in a lot of ways, control and feeling powerful and in control, it makes me feel safe, because I didn't have a whole lot of safety and security growing up, at least with an alcoholic stepdad for about 3 years, 2 or 3 years I lived there. There wasn't really any safety. Like I really felt I lived in a lot of fear. I walked on eggshells. So it was a really tough time. And then being sexually abused and manipulated even after that, just really hard for me, right, for that whole entire year. And then I had this guy that supposedly was going to be my friend, and then he ended up taking advantage of me and using me for sexual things. And I was 13, maybe 13 to 15 at the time, 14 to 15, 14 to 16, I think. I can't remember for sure. It lasted a year, the whole year, about a year. And it was things that were stuff I really didn't want to do, right? I didn't really want to do any of this stuff. And I think getting forced into it, manipulated into it, threatened into it. Yeah. And just eventually like, you know what, fuck it. Just doing it, right? But it caused me to be less trusting of men, right? So trust issues there with men. Really a character defect. I don't think it's a character defect. I think trust people that are trustworthy, right? Don't trust everybody anyway. Trust people also that prove to be trustworthy in my life. And people, I think I usually just trust people just to trust them, and now I don't do that, y'all. I've switched that motive up because I've gotten hurt too many times by doing that. For now it's like, hey, you need to earn my trust, right? And when people earn my trust, it keeps me from getting hurt. In my experience, getting hurt as many times as I could have, right? We're getting taken advantage of, things like that. We'll go ahead. I'm gonna check the comments. Like y'all left the comment down here. Crudy! Good morning, girl. I'm doing good this morning. How are you? Just getting her done. I'm off today, but still rock and rolling. And I rested, I think, the first part of this week when I was off. I think maybe Monday. Slept most of the day, got some good rest. But today I've got a lot of errands to run and things like that. So that's my priority for today, focus for today. So doesn't look like you're still on here, so look forward to catching up with you another time. We'll definitely speak again soon, or see you on here again one day soon. I apologize, y'all. I did not light my candle today. Forgot about that. But just so you know, I usually light a candle on this podcast, and the white candle signifies purity and cleansing. For those of y'all that might not know. So anyway, y'all go ahead and wrap this thing up for today. Get out there, y'all. Make it a great Friday. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. As always, y'all, peace and love.